I beat all of the levels. Uh, Brandon, tell us a story. What kind of story do you want? Do you want a story about dogs? Do you want a sad story? Do you want a story that's gonna make you mad? Like, what do you want? Funny. Funny story. Okay. Shit. Funny story. Okay. All right. I got one. I got one. When I was in elementary school, when I was in fifth grade, there was a class project, and everyone in the class was assigned an explorer from the 15th, 16th, 17th century. You know, a European colonizer, basically. So Ponce de Leon or the Christopher Columbus, whatever. And we were all assigned an explorer that we had to write a short paper on, just like 3 to 5 paragraphs. And I had Marco Polo, and I remember that because I worked really, really hard on it. And the idea was, the teacher, our teacher, would allocate a small amount of time every day for a couple of weeks for us to work on our papers. And when the time came, we were going to read them in front of the class, right? Uh, but the day came weeks later, uh, when we were supposed to read them. But I guess the teacher thought, rather than cause a bunch of 9-year-olds to freak out reading in front of their peers, she brought in a camcorder, an old camcorder from the late 80s, and she said, "I'm going to pull you all into a room one at a time, just the two of us, and you're going to read your paper. And after you've all read your papers, we'll play the video in front of the whole class. That way, everyone can watch you read your paper, but you don't actually have to read it in front of everybody, right?" So the day came where she started pulling kids into this room to read their paper. And it was a process that took all day. And I was really looking forward to reading my paper. But lunchtime hit, recess hit, and she still hadn't pulled me into the room. And I remember after recess asking the teacher when she came into the classroom, because she was in and out all day just grabbing students, said, "Hey, can I go to the bathroom?" And she said, "No, no, you can't." I'm like, "Okay." 30 minutes later, I see her again. "Hey, can I go to the bathroom?" "No, no, you can't." She said, "No, no, not right now. I'm busy. Nope, you're not. You're gonna stay right there and wait for me to, bring you to this room to read your paper." 30 minutes before the end of the day, and I'd been sitting in my chair for hours with a tiny full bladder, and she calls me and she says it's time for us to go. And I said, "Please, I really have to go to the bathroom." She says, "Well, you're gonna read your paper first, and then you can go to the bathroom." I'm like, "All right." So I go in there. I'm shaking, I'm trembling, and she turns the camera on, and I just start reading my paper. I'm just like this, and I'm trying really hard to keep it in, but I couldn't get through the first paragraph before the floodgates opened, and I just pissed my pants right there in front of her. And I remember I didn't even stop reading. I just read the whole thing, and she knew what I had done, and she just sat there and watched me read the paper. And I just finished the paper, and then I went home with just piss-soaked pants. That was the day. And here's the thing. There may be a video out there. There may be a video out there of me pissing my pants, but I wouldn't know. I never got to see the video of us reading our papers because shortly after that incident, they put me in special education. Yeah. Isn't that nuts? Yeah, my teacher wouldn't let me use the bathroom. I pissed my pants, and then they put me in the retard class. Yeah, and I remained in the retard class until freshman year of high school. I know. Isn't that fucking hilarious?